Lakers goes down first game. Let's talk about it.
Class act up in first class for the leg room. K-Ho glitch, time pass in the restroom. Take a bad bitch to a 1.5-star motel. Then I'm back to crash in my bedroom. Been broke down all inside, not a flesh wound. Talking down with you.
Who decision what to talk about it? Stupid decision, walk without it. You swear you all about it. You think you live it, but it's like once upon a time I met the boogeyman off the booger sugar, the Cuban good and Judah. Used to be a pierce to my wrist was period. Them diamonds back when I was a no one, back when I was anonymous, brand new.
Game one is in the wraps for the first game for my Los Angeles Lakers, and it's definitely not the game that I was looking forward to seeing. It was definitely a, might as well say, blowout. They put the backups in 3 minutes to go left in the game, and I think one of the hardest things for us, it seemed like we was lacking, of course, was defense and consistency on defense. First quarter was good, but then the adjustments came from the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second quarter, and we just didn't, adjust ourselves, But I think if I was JJ after the third quarter, I would have tried to put in maybe was a good one. Put somebody else in to get some more defensive help or something like that, because obviously something wasn't clicking for us. So I feel having somebody else in would have helped out. And hey, I know people try to have a tight rotation in the playoffs and stuff like that, but I think don't connect in after a while to try to get some offensive help, because obviously we had a bad shooting night, and we're not gonna have that bad shooting night all the time, but it was definitely a bad shooting night. I believe LeBron had 19 points. Yeah, 19 points. And is it just me? Is it something that seems a little bit not as LeBron-esque ever since he's came back from the injury? Yes, he's had some 25-point games, 30-point games and stuff like that, but it just doesn't seem like something is LeBron. You know what I mean? As far as, since he's came back from the injury, I just suspect, I don't know, a little more, it's less explosive or something. I don't know. But he still did pretty decent, though. Not bad. Like I said, 19 points, but we just turning the ball over definitely hurt us the most, I feel, and not capitalizing on the other team's turnovers as well, and defense. Two things. If I would say two things is defense and turnovers. But like I said, and also like I said, a bad shooting night. Luka had a pretty good game as far as scoring, but it didn't help everything. But I would definitely like to see more out of Rudy Hachimura as far as 9 points. Come on, if we can get him to at least 15 to 17 points, we're good. Austin Reeves had 16 points tonight. 37 from Luka, 19 for LeBron, and no bench scoring. That's why I said I feel like we should have changed something up in the third quarter when we saw we was not getting as much bench help. We should have changed something up. Looking at our bench right now, Dalton had 5 points, but he came in the last 3 minutes, so yeah, I'm not counting that. Gabe Vincent, 3 points. 25 minutes, 3 points. Dory Finney-Smith, 3 points. Vanderbilt, 2 points. That's it. So if I'm JJ, I'm looking at that. Okay, hey, my bench is not getting some scoring in. We have to get some scoring. Whenever people are not in there, change the rotation up. I know you want to have that strong 8-man rotation and stuff like that. I understand that, but hey, we're in the playoffs right now. I feel, bringing in, whether it's Dalton, whether it's Goodwin, to bring that energy that we've had towards the end of the season and stuff like that would have been a key point for us. You know what I mean? Because you have that, that person in Goodwin that's going to go out there and throw his body out there because he's still trying to make the team, more than just this year and everything. You got Dalton Connect, who he's still trying to become the player he's supposed to be. So he's going to throw that extra energy out there. You know what I mean? And like I said, I feel that would have been some changes I would have made. I'm not sure why those changes wasn't made. It just, like I said, we just lacked emotion sometimes. You know what I mean? it sucked seeing people, complain about foul, which we did get fouled. LeBron did get fouled a few times. No one called it. Same thing for Luka. But at the same time, get back on defense. At the same time, go for the rebound. Go for it. I don't want to see all the complaining. Yes, the calls. You have a point when it comes to saying, okay, hey, there was a foul there. Hey, this should have happened. But come on now. But hats off to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The game was 117-95. But as a Laker fan, am I worried? Not whatsoever. I'm not worried because, like I said, in this league, when have we seen Julius Randle be consistent? He scored 16 points. He's a good player. Like I said, he used to be a Laker. He's a good player, but like I said, it's just not consistency. I feel. He had 16 points. Jalen McDaniels, he had 25, 22 coming from Ant-Man, and 23 coming from Nas Reed off the bench. So they had 23 points coming off the bench. We had 8 points coming off the bench. So in game 2, Lakers, I think they're definitely gonna win this because you don't want to go 2 down going to Minnesota. I still have the Lakers winning this game. Even let's say hypothetically, if the Lakers lost both home games, I still have the Lakers winning the series. 6 games. Let's say maybe 7. I say 6 games still. But game 2, what the Lakers need to do for game 2? 1, bring some more energy, bring some more emotion, and I don't know. It was just seemed like everybody, you had almost a week off, and everyone was just like in chill mode. Nah, we don't need that right now. It's cool, you're rested, but we need you to be more energetic, more hungry for this. So game 2, I expect more energy. Game 2, I expect better defense, better shooting, all in game 2, and I expect to see some Jordan Goodwin, possibly some Dalton Connect more. So I definitely want to see that in game 2. What are your thoughts on the Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves game 1? As a Laker fan, are you worried about it, or are you just waiting to see what happens next? So let's talk about it. Until next time.